Hi, Misfits. This is Kevin.
And this is Kate.
Welcome to Horrorwood.
You went West Virginia there on me.
This is a West Virginia story today, Kate.
Ooh.
We're taking it back to my home state.
Your stomping grounds.
Stomping grounds in the woods. Well, technically, I'm not from the wooded area. From the river area.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Of course, everyone. You have. No, but it's an exciting story. I'm excited to get. Well, I don't want to say exciting. It's just like it was an interesting time in, I guess, like sort of media history in West Virginia because it was like such a putting it out there and on the map and special in MTV. I'm talking in shambles. Do we have anything to cover before we jump in?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's just get right into it.
All right. Well, today, Kate, we're talking about a TV show, a reality TV show that was on MTV in 2013 called Buckwild.
Buckwild. I don't think I'd ever even heard of it.
Okay, so Buckwild is a reality TV show about some young adults living it up in Sissonville, West Virginia, which is just outside of the capital city of Charleston.
How far away was that from like where you grew up?
Like 90 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a 90-minute drive.
Okay.
From Parkersburg to Charleston. My dad lives near Charleston. So yeah, very familiar with this area. And it was a show that came on MTV right after Jersey Shore finished.
Oh, okay.
So MTV was like, we got to find something to replace this.
Yeah.
And essentially what they were looking for is like the whole spin of it was this is like an Appalachian Jersey Shore situation.
Okay.
With people just like there's no real plot to it. It's just them being crazy and doing crazy shit.
Were they all living in the same house?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Some of them were.
Got it.
I rewatched like the trailer and the opening credits. And this is what it says, quote, West Virginia is a place founded on freedom. For me and my friends, that means the freedom to do whatever the fuck we want.
Well,
our motto around here is whatever happens, happens.
That's the motto right here in this closet as well. Whatever happens, happens.
So, as I was just saying, Buckwild, it was a reality TV series that aired on MTV. It premiered on January 3rd, 2013.
Okay.
And it ended on February 7th, 2013.
Did not last long.
Oh, well, it did not last long. It lasted one full season. And during the filming of season 2, the show was canceled by MTV.
Wait, you said it went from January 3rd, 2013 to February 7th, 2013.
Yeah.
That's just a month.
Yeah.
Oh, they just like filmed it all together, but then spread it out over a couple of seasons when they aired it?
No. There was one full season, and it was 12 episodes. And I know that was a short amount of time, but I think MTV was just like
cranking
them out for everybody.
Okay.
So this is how MTV described the show. They said the show follows a group of childhood friends from West Virginia who live by their own set of rules and believe life is a playground where whatever happens, happens.
Was that what you believed when you were growing up?
No, I was afraid.
I get it.
So whatever happens, happens, but we don't want it to happen.
I see.
Everyone who had a bad childhood knows what I'm talking about.
Which is everyone, literally.
So let's all cry together. Money might be tight in their neck of the woods, but whether they're throwing a dump truck pool party or building their own human slingshot, nothing stops them from making their own entertainment.
Whoa, that feels dangerous.
Oh, very dangerous. I mean,
human slingshot?
A lot of it was also very like Jackass style. Like billed as like backwoods, stereotypical hicks, just acting a fucking fool.
I wonder how much of that was the producers.
I think as we get into this, we're going to find out that it was a lot of the producers. Love and relationships come and go, but their bond with family and friends is always at the core for this eccentric group where anything goes.
Okay.
So here's a breakdown of who was on the show.
Okay.
Shain, whose nickname was Gandee Candy. His last name was Gandee.
Okay. I was like, what is a Gandee?
He was known by everybody in Sissonville, West Virginia. Shain is sociable and loyal. He was the high school prom king, but missed the dance due to work. And he's done various jobs like coal mining, being a garbage man, enjoying, work where he's using his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Shain loves mudding, hunting, and four-wheeling, but most of all, he loves his parents, who live 3 doors down from the house from him.
Oh, all right.
Mudding is just driving trucks.
I was going to ask what that meant. I was like, what's mudding? But then I thought, no, maybe everyone knows what that is.
No,
I'm just going to go on with my life.
I've definitely been to county fairs and seen giant trucks just
mudding.
Go through the mud, go mudding. And a lot of people would talk about that in high school. I never went.
Do you feel like you missed something?
Maybe a little bit. Friends from West Virginia, I know some of you are listening. Did you ever go mudding? I didn't go mudding. Anyway.
I'd never heard of it. And I don't feel like I missed out.
No. But also, who knows?
Who really knows?
So that was Shain. Shain is going to feature more in this story, FYI, just to give you a pinpoint.
Okay, Shain sounds like a good guy.
Shain was the crazy, over-the-top, super West Virginia guy. I wasn't sure where to put these, so I'm going to do it now. But I pulled 10 of his best quotes from the internet.
Do we need all 10?
Yes.
Okay.
They're short.
Okay.
They're too good not to. I'm Shain Gandee. Why know they call me Gandee Candy? Because it's trick or treat all year round.
Oh. I mean, I kind of like that quote.
I know, right? It's awesome that the girls are out in the country now. I ain't even got to drive into the city and get my flirts on.
Oh, Shain.
Wolf Pen, West Virginia. One way in, one way out. Don't know your way around. Stay the fuck out.
Oh, okay. I will.
I don't have no phone. I don't have no Facebook. I don't have none of that internet stuff. If I need to talk to my neighbors, all I got to do is come out here on my porch. Hey, guess what? I need a loaf of bread. Bring it over here.
I kind of wish we still had those days.
I know. Another quote, thanks for dinner, and I hope it tastes as good as y'all look.
Oh, my.
Can we use this dump truck as like a swimming pool?
I think you can,
and they
based
did.
on Kevin's introduction.
Yeah. So that's Shain. He was very much the funny comedic one in the group who was just loud and obnoxious and did crazy things on camera.
Okay. Did he get along with the other cast members?
Yeah, they all did. I mean, granted, they were all friends since childhood.
Oh, all right.
And there was some, of course, infighting, but that's reality TV.
That's reality TV, baby.
Ooh. So then there was a girl named Shay, and she was known as the Spicy Southern Belle. Oh. And she is pursued by every eligible bachelor, but she often ends up with the bad boys.
Look at you, Shay.
She is a nursing student and a true country girl whose first kiss was on the back of a four-wheeler.
Well.
Mine too. Not really.
Oh, I was like, really? Tell me more.
Then there was Anna, who is the ringleader. And despite her ritzy background, Anna prefers getting dirty with the crew in the creeks and hollers.
Yeah, get after it, Anna.
She's a wild child at heart, and she is at a crossroads between work and school and isn't afraid to stand up for herself.
Good job. Anna sounds like a queen.
She's great. Then we have Joey, who's called Justin Beaver.
Uh-oh.
He's best friends with Shain since childhood. Joey is an adrenaline junkie, and with his Justin Bieber haircut and laid-back country attitude, he considers himself the biggest ladies' man in town.
Don't they all?
Most of the time, yes. Then we have Ashley, who's known as the tomboy. Known for being one of the guys, Ashley is wild and carefree, preferring mud over local drama.
It's so remember when we did that episode of Jasmine
Fiore.
Yeah, and I mentioned the term tomboy and how that feels outdated. I got so much hate online for that. Oh my God.
Saying it feels outdated?
People were like, oh my God, it's a word. It's tomboy. The word is tomboy. Yes, I understand that is the word that we as a society use. All I'm saying is
100%. Nowadays, there are better words that we can use to describe somebody who is different in gender expression.
Yeah. And
other than tomboy, because I hear what you're saying, Kate, because I feel like, I will also say, I feel like there are, we've kind of come past that word. We know what it means now.
of course, yeah. It's still a word in the vernacular.
Oh, of course.
But man, when I said
People got
that,
pissed.
people did not like that.
Also, I will be jumping in and out of West Virginia accent, but I feel like I can do that, right? Because I'm from there.
Do whatever the fuck you need to do, because you know what? Anything goes in this closet.
Anything goes.
I love how I'm talking about the show and you immediately go to a musical. That was amazing.
Well. So back to Ashley. She's one of the guys. She's wild and carefree, preferring mud over local drama, though she doesn't mind starting some.
Hey.
She's brave, honest, and often the one to stir the pot.
Oh.
She's like, I don't love drama, but I will get in there and create it.
Okay.
Then we have Kara, who's known as the Firecracker. She's originally from Morgantown. What up, Motown? That's where WVU is, West Virginia University. Kara escaped the club and bar scene drama by returning to her Sissonville friends to clear her mind.
Okay.
Then we have Tyler, known as the pretty boy. He's got the innocent good looks. He has a reputation for breaking hearts.
Oh, Tyler.
Ty. After finishing another semester in college, he finds the flexible schedule of working at his dad's company appealing. Shain and Joey are determined to make him less of a pretty boy and more of a countryman. Then we have Katie, the college girl. She's a well-rounded girl. She spends her free time with her friends in Sissonville. She's afraid of anything dangerous, and the gang loves pushing her to her limits.
Oh, Katie.
Then lastly, we have Salwa, who's known as Bengali in Boots. She's a recent college graduate living at home with strict parents. She's the first to party whenever she can. And the oldest of the group, she's always up for a good time and is loved for her, tell it like it is attitude.
Nice.
You can visit MTV.com for, sneak peeks of the show, including little clips and things like that. I'll link them in the show notes.
They're still online?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Including bonus and extended scenes and exclusive interviews with the cast. Buckwild was executive produced by John Stevens and Barry Posnick from Zoo Productions and J.P. Williams from Parallel Entertainment. Lauren Dolgan and Colin Nash served as executives for MTV at the time. Michelle Klepper is the production executive, and Jessica Zalkand is the talent executive for the network. Adam Paul also served as an executive producer on the show. Just to give everybody a rundown of the tech crew and the people who put it together. So here's how the show was received when it came out. It wasn't received very well in West Virginia, honestly. I'm going to reference an article from the Daily Athenaeum by Mackenzie Mays, which is West Virginia University's student news publication.
Okay.
When the show first came to West Virginia, state officials denied MTV a state tax credit for the program, fearing that it would portray West Virginia in a negative light.
I see.
Jenny Turman Deal, a West Virginia University doctoral student, was interviewed for this newspaper article and supported the concerns of the state. She was like, no, I understand that. Turman Deal holds a master's degree in Appalachian Studies and was writing a dissertation on state stereotypes at the time. And she said the media has long shaped West Virginia's negative image, citing films like The Dancing Outlaw and The Wild, Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, which is a crazy documentary. She said, quote, honestly, I think people have a reason to be concerned. The characters of these shows are usually the most eccentric and don't represent the whole population.
Yeah, that's true.
I know a lot of people from New Jersey who resent Jersey Shore, she said.
Sure.
But hopefully there's something deeper to this show and it doesn't simply reinforce a stereotype. According to Turman Deal, the most common West Virginia stereotypes include inbreeding, unnecessary violence, and illiteracy, which stems from media coverage of historical events like the Hatfield-McCoy feud. Kate and I are going to do a single ladies dance to banjos. And Eleanor
Don't tell them already. It was a surprise.
And Eleanor Roosevelt's establishment of the Arthurdale community. I will say, not everybody in West Virginia is a stereotype at all, having grown up there. But also there are stereotypes of people like that. And I want to say
Sure.
people like that do exist.
Sure.
But of course, it's not a representation of the entire population.
It's like when I grew up in Kentucky. And do you know how many times people would ask me, oh, do y'all have malls there? Do y'all wear shoes?
Yeah. Oh my God. We got the shoe thing too in West
I'm
Virginia.
like, of course I fucking wear shoes. I'm not walking around barefoot on the concrete. Are you crazy?
Could you imagine if I was like, I didn't see a pair of shoes till I was 18 years old. And I got my first shoes at graduation.
It was your graduation present.
To walk across the stage.
You graduated? I'm done.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
yeah.
There's the stereotypes. It's definitely, I mean, like, there's some truth in stereotype, but it's not the entire culture. There's actually a lot of rich, cultural heritage things in Appalachia for sure. So I'm still on the quote from Term and Deal. There's this existing idea that the people are violent, uneducated, and fatalistic without any aspirations to improve their lot in life. A horde of media cameras produced pictures of impoverished miners during JFK's campaign here without explaining the circumstances. And every generation sees its own renewed attention to Appalachia projected through the media, which does not attempt to analyze or understand the state whatsoever.
Yep, sure.
In the same article by Mays, WVU students shared their views on the upcoming series before it had aired. When it was announced and the trailer came out, I remember seeing it like it was going around.
I'm sure people were like,
people
what
were posting,
is this?
what is this? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And everyone was like sending it to each other. But some of the WVU students at the time said, quote, I've dealt with people who question the intelligence of the people here or make jokes about being inbred and ask if we're married to our cousins.
Oh, yeah. That was a Kentucky question, too.
Said Christopher Lopez, who is a social work graduate student from Clarksburg, West Virginia. Quote, it just comes down to ignorance on their part, and I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Lopez expressed hope that, quote, Lopez expressed hope that Buckwild would accurately represent West Virginia, but remained skeptical.
Well, when it's a reality TV show with young adults, probably not going to be an accurate portrayal.
No, 100%. Like, it's people thrown together by a group of people who know how to craft entertainment in a way that's like...
It's entertainment.
It's
that's
entertainment.
Exactly it. It's producers...
Produced entertainment.
Putting together stories and subplots to bring in revenue and...
And views.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, quote, I hope these characters represent the state well, but I doubt that they will. They're going to pick something that sells, and that usually involves stereotypes. Well said. Yeah, no, 100%. Megan Green, who was at the time a psychology student from Charleston, West Virginia, feared the new show would worsen the state's negative image. Quote, the redneck stereotype that pollutes the public's ideal of West Virginia is ignorant and repulsive. I'll be mortified if MTV only zones in on a specific area of West Virginia and promotes a very narrow view of Appalachia. We're so much more than four-wheelers and shotguns, she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being from West Virginia, when you heard about the show coming out, what was your initial thought?
Ooh, I had the same kind of reaction to it. I feel like, well, but
like skeptical about it.
Kind of skeptical, but at the same time, like, I'll just go ahead and say it, like the kind of people that they portrayed in the first trailer for the show, I was like, I know those people.
Sure.
I went to high school with those people. You know what I mean? Like, this 100% exists in the way that they're portraying this. But it does become that ideal of, like, not all of us are like that.
Of course.
We're not all crazy out in the woods. So, yeah, but it was also kind of, I was a little bit excited about it, too, because I was like, oh, this is where I'm from.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting that they're choosing West Virginia, because it's often a place that, just gets overlooked and...
Yeah, Hollywood's not usually coming to West Virginia.
Right. It's a very stereotyped place. I don't want to spend more time there, having grown up there and been from there. There is a cultural element to it that, does lean more toward the conservative and the religious.
Yes.
There are ideals present in those communities that make it hard for somebody who doesn't fit into those ideals to be a part of those communities.
Yep.
And that's why what I, as a gay person...
You're gay?
I just
Kevin!
came out. I'm in the Kate's making me sit in the closet. No. No, I love it. No, but like...
No, I love being in the closet.
I love it. ooh-wee. No, but like it was tough. Like
Sure.
it's not accepted.
Yeah.
You know, and while we talk about stereotypes, not everybody's like that. There are people who are very accepting. There's a population of LGBTQIA plus. Absolutely. We're everywhere. But legislatively and culturally, I think there's still some work to be done in some area. Well, in a lot of areas.
And also hearing that this show is coming to basically your backyard.
Right.
Like, you know that it's a show.
Right.
It's entertainment. So I can see being excited about that. Like, I
Right.
would have probably been excited if
I was
a
excited.
Kentucky reality show was done.
Yeah. No, I thought it was kind of cool, but not a lot of things like that I feel like happen much in West Virginia.
Yeah.
I remember the time before that everyone was excited was when they were filming the Mothman prophecies with Richard Gere and Laura Linney and Deborah Messing.
Yeah.
They did come to West Virginia and do a few shots down in
cool.
actual Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Oh my God, Mothman is another story. I'm obsessed. Anyway, we're talking about Buckwild, but that's just my little thing on West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're talking about the culture and how this could be destructive to it. It can also be destructive to itself, in a way. There was even a change.org
petition.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I keep wanting to say position, which I mean is kind of the same thing. So there was a petition to cancel the show, which garnered over 3,000 signatures. It was created by the West Virginia Healthy Kids and Families Coalition. And the petition says the following, quote, "You care about West Virginia and you care about our kids. The MTV television show Buckwild cares about neither. It presents an ugly, ignorant, scripted reality show portrayal of West Virginia. For every effort we in West Virginia make to educate our kids, stand up for our workers, and attract new visitors and businesses to our state, this television program works tenfold against us. The show is dishonest and grotesque." And then the big backlash. On December 7th, 2012, U.S. Senator Joe Manchin asked MTV to cancel the so-called reality show, which has been compared to an Appalachian version of Jersey Shore. So here's the letter that Manchin wrote to MTV's president at the time, Stephen Friedman.
Okay.
Dear Mr. Stephen K. Friedman, as a proud West Virginian, I am writing to formally request that you put a stop to the travesty called Buckwild. As a U.S. Senator, I am repulsed at this business venture where some Americans are making money off of the poor decisions of our youth. I cannot imagine that anyone who loves this country would feel proud about profiting off of Buckwild. Instead of showcasing the beauty of our people and our state, you preyed on young people, coaxed them into displaying shameful behavior, and now you are profiting from it. That is just wrong. Mm-hmm. The show plays to ugly, inaccurate stereotypes about the people of West Virginia. Let me tell you, our people have given their all for this great country. They've done the heavy lifting to produce the energy that is needed to produce the steel that builds our factories and cities. The proud veterans of our state have shed more blood and made more sacrifices than most other states to keep America free. We're proud of all we do to make America strong and secure the cherished freedoms that you seem so determined to abuse. Your program offers nothing about the major issues of our time, how we move the country forward, how we prepare young people to lead this country and take responsibility for themselves, and how we put our finances in better shape for the next generation. I am writing to urge you to reconsider airing this show. I hope that as you consider your decision, that you would consider your own state, your own community, and your own children. Would you try to portray them in this light? With warm regards, Joe Manchin III, U.S. Senator. So it got a lot of hate.
Really?
A lot of hate.
Yeah.
A lot of hate out there.
Yeah.
But there was, on the other side of that, there was a faction of people that were curious and certainly saw it more as entertainment.
Sure.
Which is what we're saying.
Sure.
So in an article for College Magazine, West Virginian Kelsey Thomas talks about how she leans more toward being a pro-Buckwild person. And I'm just going to summarize a little bit of her viewpoints on this. So despite significant backlash from the locals, MTV's Buckwild garnered the attention that it sought, with the premiere attracting 2.5 million viewers.
I mean, just hearing all of these letters alone, I want to see
It's going to make you want to watch it more. That's
Yeah.
the thing, too. It's like, don't do this. You're going to regret this. This is like putting a bad name. And everyone's like, well, ooh, now I want to see it.
Exactly.
Which actually that viewership surpassed the actual debut of Jersey Shore when it came
Oh,
on.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what it was meant to be replacing
Yeah.
at the time. This high viewership, fueled by curiosity and controversy, shows the potential impact on West Virginia's image. And despite political protests, including that letter from Joe Manchin, MTV's president didn't respond.
Okay.
He was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, they usually don't, you guys.
You can call to take it down all you want, queens, but sometimes they ain't gonna listen.
If they want to make their show, they're gonna make their show.
They're gonna make their show. It'll get out there regardless.
It was a senator fucking writes. They're like, oh shit, we got a hit.
I know.
This is gonna go.
They were probably excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of that tendency of the media to exploit regional oddities to garner viewership through entertainment. And of course, the show features exaggerated and sensationalized depictions of local life. Sorry, when I was talking about Kelsey, she was saying that while it does show like exaggerated and sensationalized depictions of local life, characters like these are everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not just localized to West Virginia. So she was saying, despite some factual inaccuracies, the show reflects a subset of the population while ignoring the state-educated, hardworking residents. Not saying they don't exist, it's just not showing them.
Because who's going to watch a reality show about...
No one would want to watch a reality show about, like...
just
right.
going to work and coming home and being on your best behavior. Boring. I'm not going to watch that.
What about a show about an overweight gay guy who is working in a local vaudeville community theater?
Oh, that took a twist, because at first I thought I was watching that show right now, but I guess... I'm just kidding.
I love that.
I would watch that, actually.
Thank you. Coming to...
No theaters anytime soon.
Then, blowing up even more, there's an article in the New York Times. In this article, they said, to its creators, the show is a good-natured romp by exuberant young people. Quote, the show lets them do their thing, which is wild and awesomely crazy at times, but it's also got a lot of heart, said John Stevens, who was one of the executive producers.
Okay.
And he said that he had no intention of maligning West Virginia and that the show was set there by happenstance. Quote, they're just a lovable group of kids we found, he said. The reality of the series is questionable, though.
Well...
No shit.
There's no such thing
as
reality.
Real TV.
Yeah.
Melissa Whitman, who lives across the street from a house rented by MTV for some of the female cast members, observed scenes being carefully staged.
Of course.
For instance, regarding a scene with a neighbor complaining about a noisy party, Whitman said, quote, I saw one of the crew talk to the lady, tell her exactly what they wanted her to do. Mm-hmm. Then they filmed it over and over until they got it exactly the way they wanted.
Exactly. Of course. That's called
filming. Entertainment. Production.
Reality TV.
Oh.
I had to throw Betty in.
Betty had to come in at some point.
We haven't had her in a couple episodes, so.
She's here. She's queer. Or no, she's here and she's happy.
Maybe she is queer.
Maybe she is queer. Betty,
are you?
let us know. It's Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy Pride.
Wow. So there was also an investigation around the show. The Kanawha County Prosecutor's Office had a more serious concern at the time, and were investigating whether producers provided alcohol to underage cast members, which was a misdemeanor punishable up by 10. Wow. Which was a misdemeanor punishable by up to 10 days in jail.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 10 years. And I was like,
no. I was misspeaking.
The way you said, wow, I was like, oh, shit.
In various clips, cast members are seen holding cans and plastic cups, though it's unclear what they are drinking. Some cast members were under 21 when the series was filmed at the time, so
all right.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Mark Plants, the county prosecutor, noted that in the past 6 years, his investigations for providing alcohol to minors followed drunken driving fatalities. He stated, this case is obviously unique because you do have people from New York or Hollywood coming in, and it does make it worse because they were, in fact, filming the conduct.
Yeah. I mean, that's fucked up if they did that.
Yeah. MTV spokesman Jake Urbanski said the network has a policy against providing alcohol to cast members. Producer Mr. Stevens asserted that no alcohol was offered during the making of Buckwild. He added that the production spent about $1 million in West Virginia and employed nearly 200 locals.
I mean, that's the thing. Anytime a production comes in, regardless of what it is, like, it's going to create jobs. That's what it does.
Yeah.
So I do understand all the backlash and stuff, but at the same time, there is some good.
There's
that
some
comes
good
from
coming from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Also even the discourse coming up on the stereotypes in the state, like even the bad stuff is bringing up, like, well, no, hang on, let's look at the other side of this as well. So cast member Ashley Witt, who was 20 at the time, mentioned she and others were instructed not to speak with the media. She said, quote, "I'm not allowed to make comments on anything," she said, to keep everything under wraps. However, her mother, Violet Meadows, spoke from their home in Sissonville.
Oh, Violet, what are you saying, girl?
She was talking to the New York Times. Meadows said unknown people had criticized her on Facebook as a poor parent after the show aired.
Oh.
And she defended her daughter, saying she is a wonderful young person, and Buckwild accurately depicts how she and her friends have fun.
Okay.
The kids in this area, they're from the country. They go mudding. They build bonfires. They hunt. They swim in the river. I had bonfires. I didn't hunt or go mudding. I did swim in the river once because my dog fell in.
Oh.
Pogo.
Did
He had
you
3
save him?
legs. He was a 3-legged golden retriever, and I couldn't find him one day. I went out and I was like, where did he go? And then our house was right in front of the Little Kanawha River, and I went back there and I heard like squeaking, and I looked down and he had his paws like dug in the bank and his body was in the water, and it was like far down, so I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it was like December.
Oh.
And I just jumped in.
You had to
him.
save that little buddy.
I pulled him up out of the mud and pushed him up.
You
the
did
bank.
what you had to do.
I know.
You saved him.
I saved him. My doggy.
Can we also talk about how the name Pogo is absolutely perfect?
I know. We named him that before he broke his leg.
Oh.
He was a puppy, and we called him Pogo, and then he fell off the bed and broke his leg on an air conditioner vent, and the vet didn't set it right.
Oh, no.
And it got rebroken in the cast by our little wiener dog, Corey, and the leg atrophied.
Oh.
So it was still there, but it was just like
Yeah.
up and tiny, like a tiny little leg. But he got around okay.
I'm glad. Okay, let's get back to it.
All right. Meadows criticized Mr. Manchin and others for focusing on the show instead of more pressing issues. Quote, "We have kids going hungry and being abused," she said.
Yep.
Quote, "Our country has so many other things to worry about than Manchin focusing on these kids playing in the mud."
Yeah, great point.
End quote. Okay, so however, around all of this, in March of 2013, tragedy struck one of the beloved cast members of Buckwild.
Oh, no.
On Sunday, March 30th, 2013, at 3 a.m., Shain Gandee, who is our
Gandee Candy.
Gandee Candy, and his uncle David Gandee were seen leaving Larry's bar in Sissonville.
Okay.
They mentioned to friends there at the bar that they were heading out to go four-wheeling.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that would be the last time Shain would be seen alive.
Oh, no.
The pair vanished. Friends of Shain were worried and decided to go looking for him because he was always around, always there. So immediately people were kind of like, where'd he go? Like, we saw him last night.
Yeah.
But he's not around today. Friends of Shain were worried and went looking for him. Unfortunately, 30 hours later, after they were seen, 21-year-old Shain, 48-year-old David, and a 27-year-old man named Donald Robert Myers were found deceased in Shain's 1984 Ford Bronco, which was partially submerged in mud.
Oh, my God.
The area that the Bronco was found was next to a ridge-top trail, about a mile from Shain's home, along wooded trails near Thaxton Hollow in Sissonville. The vehicle was sitting unevenly in the mud, but upright and partially submerged.
Okay.
There was mud covering the lower part of the passenger side door, but the driver's side was above the mud. It's a pretty remote area out there as well. Their bodies were discovered by one of Shain's friends who was out looking for him. According to a statement from the sheriff's office to MTV News, Shain Gandee was in the driver's seat of the Bronco, which had to be removed from the mud pit by a bulldozer, and the vehicle's muffler was completely submerged in the mud. The statement reads, quote, "Their bodies were removed from the vehicle and have been taken to the office of the medical examiner. Autopsies will be performed to determine the cause of death."
Okay. Because they're just sitting in a truck.
Mm-hmm. With the Bronco's tailpipe and muffler being submerged in the mud, exhaust from the vehicle seeped into the car, and all three perished from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Okay, I thought that's what you were going to say. Oh my God.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
Because they probably kept it running to try to get it out of the mud.
Right. And then because the tailpipe was under the mud, they all suffocated or poisoned by carbon monoxide and died in the truck.
A mile from his house.
A mile from his house, yeah.
That is so tragic.
I know. The Kanawha County, West Virginia Sheriff's Office said that they could find no signs of any foul play.
Yeah.
A spokesperson for MTV said, quote, "We are shocked and saddened by the terrible news about Shain Gandee and those involved in this tragic incident. We are waiting for more information, but at this time, our main concern is for the Gandee family and their friends. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. Shain had a magnetic personality with a passion for life that touched everyone he met, and we will miss him dearly." MTV quickly suspended filming the second season. So they were currently filming the second season when this happened. Yeah. But a spokesperson at that time declined whether they were like, "Are you going to cancel it?" And he was like, "I don't know yet. We'll see what happens." Family members informed TMZ that Shain Gandee had earned little money from the show. Shain's cousin, Ashley Gandee, shared with TMZ that she was organizing a memorial mud run, an off-road trucking event with a $10 coal.
I don't know what a dollar coal is.
I don't either. An off-road trucking event with a $10 vehicle entry fee to help alleviate the family's financial burden. Quote, "I know the strain they are going through," Ashley said. "It's hard to provide a proper burial. It's already tough with the loss of family members, and expenses are tough as well." Also, you have to think Shain's dad lost his brother and his son in the same truck. That's so insane. Ultimately, MTV decided to cancel the series soon after this occurrence, as of a Guardian article I found from April 10th, 2013. MTV did get grief counseling for the show's cast, crew, and families. They put out a statement that read, quote, "After careful consideration, MTV will not be moving forward with season 2 of Buckwild in West Virginia.
Good.
We love the cast and the show, and this was not an easy decision, but given Shain's tragic passing and essential presence on the show, we felt it was not appropriate to continue it without him."
Good. That's the right move.
Yeah, I agree. Buckwild producer J.P. Williams was super pissed that it was canceled. Williams stated that he intends to continue the show, which,
What an ass, because he wants money. It's all money.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hit. Like, it came out strong. You know what I mean? So, quote, he said, quote, "This is a network that airs shows about teen pregnancy," which is what he said to The Hollywood Reporter. Quote, "They support a show that depicts abandoning a child, but when a kid accidentally dies doing what he loves, they cancel the show."
A kid died. 3 people died, actually.
Yeah.
It hits a little different.
Well, and I'm not saying Shain was like the star, but he was one of the bigger personalities that was drawing people in to watch that show.
Yeah.
So with that gone, like, where do you go from there? Also, it's a bad look, dude. Like, I don't understand that.
Ugh.
Shain's obituary from Cunningham Parker and Johnson Funeral Home on April 1st, 2013 reads, "Shain Lelyn, Lelyn, Gandee was born on November 1st, 1991 and went home to be with our Lord and Savior on April 1st, 2013. Shain was a member of Elizabeth Baptist Church. Preceding him in death were his 2 grandpas who he loved more than anything, Jackie Lee Gandee and Robert Eugene Pauley. Shain loved to four-wheel, loved anything that involved mud, wheels, and motors. He was an avid hunter and loved to make people laugh. Quote, 'cause it's trick or treat all year round. He hated school but loved many of his teachers, especially Mrs. Victoria Robb and his friends. Shain was a client of Parallel Entertainment and previously worked for the city of South Charleston, Foodland, which is a chain of grocery stores in West Virginia, and Thaxton Construction. He will be sadly missed, but never forgotten by his dad, Dale Gandee, mom, Loretta Gandee, sister, Shalina Callahan, niece, Charity Callahan, 2 grandmas, Bessie Thaxton Gandee and Joan Schaefer, many aunts, uncles, and cousins, and most of all, his girlfriend and the love of his life, Kansas Whiting.
Oh.
So unfortunately, that's the tragic passing of Shain. It was a really horrible accident that ended this reality TV show pretty
Yeah.
quickly. And I found an article about where everybody is now as of 2017.
Okay.
So Shea Bradley, who was the blonde beauty, made headlines in 2013 when a sex tape with ex-boyfriend Jesse was leaked.
Uh-oh.
She declined an offer of $50,000 and a year's supply of cigarettes from youporn.com.
Okay. What an offer. I get the money, the cigarettes? Like, that's such a strange...
I know, right? That's crazy. Bradley is now a registered nurse.
Or at least was 7 years ago.
Or at least was 7 years ago. And she expressed regret over the tape saying, quote, "I regret making it with someone who I obviously couldn't trust."
Oh, so he leaked it?
Yeah.
Asshole.
Yeah, ex-boyfriend.
But
and
I would have taken the 50 grand just to
I would have taken the cigarettes.
Oh, because you did smoke.
I used to smoke at this time.
I always forget that. Oh, I'm glad you don't anymore.
Me too, actually. Then there was Anna Davis. Anna hosted events like Whiskey Barrel Bar and Dance in Richmond and is active on Instagram. She was arrested for aggravated DUI in November 2013, but that's all from Anna.
Okay.
Joey, who was once the heartthrob.
Oh, okay.
Has been inactive on social media since 2015 as of 2017. And in 2013, he was arrested for DUI, reckless driving, and failure to report an accident.
Oh, Joey.
In 2017 was believed to work at a restaurant in Charleston. Ashley Witt, who was like, they told us not to say anything, and then her mom was let me tell you everything. I will say everything. She served 30 days in jail in 2016 for a DWI arrest.
Oh, no.
She currently works as of 2017 as a receptionist at a hotel in Charleston and was in a new relationship.
Which is now an old relationship.
Which is probably an old relationship now. Her Facebook page remains active, but other social media accounts have been dormant. Kara Parrish became a successful international marketing consultant for Harley Davidson.
Okay.
And she owns an award-winning marketing agency.
Shit. All right, Kara.
According to a 2017 Huffington Post article, she leads a team of 10 at the age of 28, helping startups and Fortune 500 companies achieve rapid growth.
Wow.
Parrish now lives in Pittsburgh. Well, as of 2017. Sorry, I couldn't find anything as of now. I don't think this has been talked about for a little while.
Sure.
And she's all good now.
Okay.
Tyler Boulay. Tyler's online presence was minimal in 2017, with his Twitter only featuring Gemini horoscopes and a private Instagram account with 44.7K followers.
Oh, shit.
Katie Saria. Katie in 2017 worked as a marketing coordinator at Herbalife and formerly as an au pair.
Oh.
She lives in LA.
Okay.
And maintains an active LinkedIn page and has a public Twitter account. So she seems to be doing okay.
Great.
Go, Katie.
At least she was 7 years ago.
At least 7 years ago she was. Hopefully she's still doing okay.
Yeah.
Salwa Amin faced legal issues,
Shit.
unfortunately, including arrests for possession with intent to deliver oxycodone and heroin.
No.
She was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but in 2017 was overcoming her addiction and rebuilding her life.
Good.
Still remaining active on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, promoting a message of resilience and positivity. In 2017, her Twitter bio read, quote, "I've been through it all: college, rehab, jails, prison, Buckwild on TV. Didn't just get through the storm, but learned to dance in that shit. Hashtag everybody matters."
Oh, I hope she's doing well. I hope she's still doing well.
I hope so. Shain is very well remembered by fans of the show, as well as his family and friends. And that is the story of Buckwild and the unfortunate passing of Shain Gandee.
I had never heard of this before. Now I want to go online and look up these people and look up that show because I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I wasn't living there at the time. It's 2013. I was still in London. But I do remember all my friends on Facebook being like, holy shit, look at this.
Yeah.
Crazy time.
Well, let us know your thoughts on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube at
Horrorwood Podcast.
Or send us an email at
horrorwoodpodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can jump on over to our Patreon at
patreon.com/horrorwoodpodcast.
Have a great week, everybody.
Let's go muddin'.
Don't do murder when you're muddin'. Don't do it.
The muddin' murders.
I feel like you're just like right here crafting all of these upcoming Hallmark movies.
I am. I need to work for Hallmark or Lifetime. time. Call me.
Call me.